Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Inoma and welcome to our reaction to Uriah Heep. We are going to react to the song Look At Yourself. This is our first time single take honest reaction to this song.
I see you running, don't know what you're Drums, strong on the music, very weak on the lyrics.
Yes.
Overly repetitive and not much wisdom in there.
Okay, was there a standoff between the vocalist and the drummer? The drummer team and the vocalist. He said, "Top that now." At the end, I've done that. Now you do something about it.
He already is doing his bit. I think you need to. The singer needs to get his game.
No, this is like the drummer. Yeah, drummer challenging the singer.
You know the problem with
Stop that now.
most rock bands, especially of the 60s, 70s and 80s, the biggest problem is their big fat ego. They think they're really, really good. They think they're superstars. They think they are demigods because their fans kind of made them that way.
Yeah, they made them feel
So
like
they're kind of fatted. What the word my mother and grandmother would use a lot. They're fatted. So that's what these singers are. They don't have much really in their own voice or with their own capacity and skills. And even when it comes to songwriting, usually they are involved. They poke their nose into that as well most of the time.
that's it.
Whether it's the Rolling Stones or
Only after that much they can do.
yeah, but they need to mind their own business. The music is outstanding. The drumming was outstanding.
Wow.
They need to, back off, back down. Let them do their thing. Let them shine for a change. Yeah, that's what it is. It was very, very weak vocally and lyrically. Very weak, but very, very strong musically and insanely strong on the drums. I like that other drums also being bought in.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe the vocalist chipped in and did that. So
He
that's
said,
why,
"I'll play."
So that's why he said, okay, now you beat me. Okay, I did my bit here with the string drums. Now you can do your bit.
The drummer definitely was determined to outshine almost every single person out there. They had something going on. They really planned something. It sounded good. Musically, it did sound good. Vocally, whatever, and lyrically also. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's going to a population that must have been very ignorant at that time. Very, they might have been illiterate also, many of them. And I mean it in a very realistic way. It's not that I'm putting the generation down. It was a generation which was known to be illiterate.
It was troubled
known to
time,
be-
and people
known
were
to be
that way.
ignorant about many things apart from a couple of topics. It was a generation that was very weak intellectually. So yeah, I mean lyrics like these made a lot of sense to them probably. To me, it just is very, very weird listening to the same thing being repeated again and again. Look at yourself, and look at yourself.
What you're running from.
Okay. I guess those people are so high on the hashish and weed that they are in their own trip in the audience or at home. So they oh wow.
Though,
They go and look at themselves in the mirror.
what I was going to say was the pace of the music was actually that way, as if someone was running and someone was chasing me on.
That's what I'm saying. It probably had a lot of value, a lot of meaning to that generation who listens to this kind of music majorly. And obviously, our patron is one of them, with due respect to their taste in music. But yeah, they were really good musicians, for what it's worth, highly skilled, and that saved them, saved the whole generation. They really had some good people on the guitar, on the drums, and that saved them, but they didn't really get credit.
I know.
If you talk about most rock bands of the 60s, 70s, 80s, from the 90s things
frontman
started
would be the
changing.
guy.
From 90s things started changing. You did hear of the drummers, you did hear of the guitar players. People started recognizing guitar players of earlier generations also.
I know.
Once it came
More
to the 90s.
recognition was given.
Yeah, but till the 90s, it was mainly like, the vocalist. The vocalist is the head of the band, he's the image of the band, he's everything. Whether it's the Beatles, whether it was, you wouldn't hear Ringo Starr talking too much
No, never.
in documentaries
Yeah.
and movies. He would be
Even
literally
George
like
Harrison.
he would literally be like an outcast.
Sitting behind the
yeah,
drums.
he would literally be an outcast in the band, and that's actually true. The way they treated him. But the fact is, when it comes to later on, unfortunately, the talent in this generation may not be as good as that generation on the
To compete,
musical
yeah.
instruments, but you know, they didn't get the credit anyway. You know, people always talk about Elvis Presley and the Beach Boys and the different people, Aretha Franklin and all. But look at the music, look at those musicians. Did they get much credit? No, they didn't. They didn't. They never did. You know, it's sad. It's sad.
It is sad.
You know, I think one of the couple of only guitarists that really made a name for themselves, and thanks to them, all the other guitarists started getting more attention. And not many people know this, but I will say it out of a lot of research that Slash from Guns N' Roses, people like Slash, people like Richie Sambora, they actually paved the way for guitarists of the earlier generations to get more attention. They may not have had the skill as good as those guitarists, but because of them, people actually realize, even the guitarist has a personality. You know, Slash coming out there with his curly hair on his face, you can hardly see his eyes. At any point of time, you could never see his eyes in any interview, any public appearance. It's this big hat, big magician's hat on his head. He made a name for guitarists of his generation and earlier generations. You know, they got that personality because of what they did. Of course, there was Hendrix. But then he was the one playing the guitar and singing.
He was the main guy.
Yeah, so and it was called the Jimi Hendrix Experience. So his band. So that's how it is. So the attention was still on him. But Slash, Richie Sambora, Bon Jovi, they paved the way. Even the Aerosmith guitarist, I don't know his name though, right now I can't remember it. But they paved the way for guitarists with their unique style. Otherwise, people were so hooked on to the vocalist that they really didn't give much credit to the drummers and the people, the other members of the band, sadly.
It used to be unfair back in the days. Nowadays, if it happens, they break the band. Other members just can't take it like that.
Yeah. And they don't even have the decency to, acknowledge and accept the honest reviews of people like Kirti and me. Outsiders, total outsiders, we have nothing to benefit from giving a positive review or a negative review. Nothing to benefit. In fact, we have a lot to lose by giving a negative review to a song like this. But the fact is, they have no decency either ways. None of the band members, management, and even the people working in those labels, they have not a single ounce of decency to take an honest review in the matter because they are fatted. They are fatted, cheap, and they probably are suffering from dementia. So yeah, they don't even remember what they used to do, in simpler words.
Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Noma and welcome to our first time single take honest reaction to Uriah Heep, and the song is Come Away Melinda.
Daddy, Daddy, come and look. See what I have found. A little ways away from here, while digging in the ground. Come away, Melinda. Come and close the door. It's nothing, just a picture book they had before the war. Daddy, Daddy, come and see. Daddy, come and look. Why, there's 4 or 5 little Melinda girls in the if you can. Why can't things be the way they were before the war began? Come away, Melinda. Come in and close the door. The answer lies in yesterday, before they had the war.
Okay. This song reminds me of the movie Jojo.
Rabbit, Jojo the rabbit.
Jojo, the movie. Jojo. Not the rabbit, the girl and the guy.
Jojo the rabbit.
During the time
That's the
of
name of the movie.
Holocaust,
Yeah.
German,
That's the name of the movie.
based in Germany.
Jojo the rabbit.
No, it's just Jojo. Is it Jojo the rabbit?
Yeah. Scarlett Johansson, right? And the young,
Okay.
her son and...
I thought it was just Jojo.
No, Jojo the rabbit. Because they call him the rabbit because he doesn't kill the rabbit. You remember?
This was a very nice, mellow, soft song. Seems to be an anti-war song. It's kind of an anti-war of the results of war happening. Before the war, how things were, and after the war, what has happened. So yeah, there was a lot. Every time there's a war, needless to say, there's loss of life. Unnecessarily loss of life. Unnecessary loss of life. Unwarranted loss of life. Yeah. and Being from a culture which has never really fought a proper war, a proper long war,
Yeah.
or it doesn't like
We
warfare.
don't like participating in it.
Yeah, being from that kind of culture, our history books are a little bit different. Yeah, there was rioting, there were fights, there were some short wars, but beyond that, nothing on the scale of the world
World
wars,
War and things.
whether World War One, World War Two, whether the Vietnam War, nothing on that scale. So yeah, at least me, when I listen to songs like this, I just can't connect with it. I just can't connect with it. Why is it written when you were yourself part of it in a large way? And I just don't connect with it. So for me, it was all good to listen to it. It was soft, it was mellow, it was nice, but it ends there. Lyrically, I really can't take anything seriously from a band, from a country which has been responsible for the most wars in history. As simple as that.
Yes.
What are your views, Kirti, on this song?
I like the way he played the daddy and the daughter both, and it was done well on the sound effect department. One was coming in this year, daughter was coming in the left, and the daddy was coming in the right. And then the music was nice and mellow, a bit dramatic as well, I would say. At times it would change. And I like the job of the drummer one more time. I really commend the job of the drummer because he knows when to use which part of the kit exactly. And when you listen to it, well, you realize that. Intense storytelling. They have lost a family member in this ordeal. I'm thinking, I don't know which part of the time it is. Maybe Civil War, maybe Holocaust, maybe so many wars that the West has had. It could be any of them.
And it's kind of relevant because what's happening with the way UK and USA and certain countries are handling this coronavirus pandemic. It seems like most of the people dying in the UK, at least on the front lines, are people who are working there from third world countries. So, just today I read of 2 people who died who were African, who had, recently gone to the UK and they were forced to work on the front lines. And one of them was pregnant.
Oh.
A pregnant nurse from Angola or something. She had arrived in UK just few months ago or something. And she was forced to work without proper equipment and things like that on the front lines in the hospital dealing with coronavirus infected patients. So what's happening with them? Isn't that like war?
It's the highest.
Isn't that
I would say it's
a
the
humanitarian crisis
highest
of its
level
own?
of discrimination. That's what happens.
Even if they're not from third world countries, most of them who are dying, who are serving on the front lines,
Are
even if
colored
they-
people.
even if they're not them, what's happening with the poor, shoddy, shabby, crazy way of dealing with the pandemic? There's no equipment ready, there's no gear ready, the tablets are not ready, the Prime Minister's getting the virus, the princes are getting the virus. What's happening over there? What's happening with the way they deal with it?
Well, BBC won't tell
And
you.
the biggest joke is that UK is a country that actually tries to highlight the problems with the rest of the world
Every
the most.
single country
They
in
are the
world,
one country you go through any magazine, any show,
they will talk
any
about
book
every single country.
of theirs. They,
In a bad light.
they will always focus on the negatives of other countries in the history of the world. But when it comes to their own thing, they totally have neglected their own people. And that's, you can see the people are dying, they're like flies. There's absolutely zero value for the life of an Englishman today. And that's really, really sad. So when I listen to songs like these, I get it. I get what's going on, but I don't like talking about it because it will never be taken, in an honest, nice way by you. It will never be taken by a person from that part of the world. They never see our review as an honest, genuine review to appreciate and get some value from. They never see it that way because that's just how they are. Their culture teaches them to be that. In fact, they don't have much of a culture. So can't blame them for writing songs like this all the time and making movies like this all the time. That's their culture, that's their history, that's how they are.
It's heartbreaking what is happening, what has happened, and it will keep happening. If people don't change the way they do things, it will keep happening, unfortunately. And those who suffer are the ones who are defenseless, are the ones who are weaker, are the ones who need some support. Namaste YouTube, welcome to Cafe Inoma and welcome to our first time single take honest reaction to It Ain't Easy by Uriah Heep.
You make it all sound easier now. You have tasted all my wine. I never want you to hear the news that you found another man. But it's hard to see what you want from me. It's not easy to be in between. It's now up to you to make the move this time. But it ain't easy when you don't know where to turn. And it ain't easy, but you take the chance, the final chance to learn. Make the most of your life, don't keep the pages clean. Baby, now you've got this chance, don't leave me out. It's so hard when you're in between what you need and what may never be. For it ain't easy when you don't know where to turn. And it ain't easy, but you take the chance, the final chance to learn. Yes, to learn that it ain't easy when you don't know where to turn. And it ain't easy, so you take a look, another look at life. Look at life, 'cause it ain't what you got in the palm of your hand, and it's not what you'll get from another man that will last you the rest of your life. My
They call in R&B singers at the end to do that. It ain't easy. It sounded more like R&B than the rock music. It came out of nowhere towards the end of the song and started going on. Oh wow. It was just one topic, and then the entire song was based on it, and it was him being in between now when she's decided another man, and now he's thinking which way to go for himself. It's definitely not easy for him. I can assume that. I can truly assume that it ain't easy. Which way to go? He's suddenly struck with this new information, the news that she's chosen someone else, and now he's the one who's alone, left alone. He has to choose between what to do now. So far he had someone, now nobody is there. That's all was the song. And it was sung in too many ways, the same thing going on again and again and again. It ain't easy, it ain't easy, it ain't easy, and it ain't easy. I like, again, the drummer, I like the music, the way it was made, but it lacked substance. Truly it lacked substance in the lyrics. There was nothing much in
And this is if actually this is how he deals with issues in his personal life. It's
No wonder she's
no
going.
wonder she's left him.
It ain't easy. It's sitting.
Even after drinking the finest wine, she's left him. Nothing. Oh, please, it ain't easy, but it's really easy for me to leave you.
Poor guy. He's sitting and thinking. Now he's writing on a paper what has happened. She found a man. Now she's leaving. She had the finest wine with her. And then what next? I can't leave this page empty like this. That's what he said. It's all empty. What do I do now? No way to turn. I'm stranded in the middle of the road. I feel that. It happens.
You hit the nail on the head with it lacking substance.
It did lack substance.
I guess it good. Once again, I'll repeat what I said in the first song in this video. It's catering to people who are mostly illiterate,
Okay.
who are kind of ignorant about most issues in the world, and who fall for anything. You pour them a glass of wine, give them little weed, and They're yours for a long time.
Well, it ain't easy writing songs. That's what they realize finally. They do realize
I
that
hope
it
they
ain't
realize
easy writing
that.
songs.
I hope they realize that this is some of the worst songwriting I've come across in my work as a reactor on YouTube. Some of the worst songwriting.
And then they had to get in
And
some
that's
R&B sound
that's
to it.
the mildest way I can put it, trust me. Mildest way to say it. It's a very polite way I'm saying it.
You're just being polite.
It's polite. It's the worst songwriting. One of the worst.
It is for sure. That's all I think. That's all we have for this reaction.
There's still a couple of minutes. Do you want to discuss anything?
It
else?
ain't easy. It ain't easy when they write songs like that. It ain't easy for a reactor like me to talk about it when I can't bring out anything from that plain paper. I can see only the plain paper in front of the lyricist, the vocalist, and they both are wrecking their head what exactly we are supposed to do with it. The other musicians are on board. They are doing a great job. There was good music. They have a good team. But it ain't easy for the folk over there because they can't write much. They have to get in depth into things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it makes everybody's jobs difficult, for sure.
Yeah. I hope things get okay in the UK and other countries in Europe as far as the handling of the pandemic is concerned. It's sad to hear stories of discrimination that is
Yeah.
going on there. Hardcore discrimination right now by throwing third world country citizens on the front lines in the worst situations, in the worst places, it's
You know,
hard. It's
right
hard to
now,
hear stories like that.
It's right now very obvious because it's the news all over the place, but it's not an unusual affair for these people who go from the second world and third world countries to the advanced countries any time of the year. The jobs that they get are rejected jobs that were not taken by the people of that country, and that's what they fill in. I wonder why do they run and go, because they are needed back in their nations as well, and their countries would be very thankful if they stayed back and served their own country. But there is some kind of psychological twisting that takes place from the first world countries. They show some other picture to these people that they get completely brainwashed to go running over there with their families.
Yeah, they show all this. They show them the nice glasses of wine,
Glass of wine they work on.
the good food, the caviar on toast. They show
The
that
style
that's the
and
kind of life you can have here.
Yeah.
Fancy cars of the NHS doctors. They show all that, documentaries, and on BBC. You'll see all that, the fancy lifestyles of the doctors and some nurses over there. I won't say all of them.
Yeah.
They show that fancy lifestyle, so they get conned
They fall
into
for it.
they get conned into going there, leaving their own country and going there. And thanks to that, they are getting treated like that, and it's a harsh lesson for
It's a
them.
lesson. It's a lesson.
It's a harsh
learned.
lesson for them, especially those people from third world countries who go running there. It's a harsh lesson for all of them.
Instead of helping your own community and your own society, and you go running after something you're chasing, this is what you get in return. And I dare say that you should have thought of those consequences before making those decisions, because a lot of people are very naive, even though they are highly qualified, but when it comes to assessing things, they are not good at doing it. And I've seen that.